Hello and welcome to the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. We need 5 million people to be in Washington, D.C. on June 6, 2025 to support our veterans. We also need 5 million people, period, non-veterans, to just simply come out and make another show that we do not approve of suspending the Constitution and the writ of habeas corpus and all the other things that this regime has done to the American people since Donald Trump entered the White House. If throughout history, every time there has been a change, you've been given a free pass based on your race, when you're asked to stand up for something, for a lot of people, that doesn't mean the same thing for people of color as it does white people. Take, for instance, MAGA. January 6 was an orchestrated insurrection against the United States government designed to stop the peaceful turnover of power. There were no opposition people there. I'm not sure why, but there wasn't. There is a big difference between what you are being told is an invasion and lawlessness, and what is being done to you right now. Now, words mean so much, but we're past that now because we're into the action mode. For Trump supporters, I would like to address you head on. When Democrats were in power, there were constant messages coming out of Fox News, other entities, and just people on the street that the Democrats were going to take your guns. That turned out not to be true. So at what point is something proven to you that you still don't recognize? How uneducated do you have to be to not understand facts? When you see something with your own eyes, that's what it is. It is called proof. Now, the Trump administration, MAGA, and everyone else since 2016 has been campaigning on God, guns, and Donald Trump. You have your guns, you have your God, and you have your Donald Trump. So my question to you is, why in God's name are you afraid in Congress, if you are a MAGA Republican, to stand up to Donald Trump? These are things that you claimed you wanted. So when your constituencies don't have food, access to internet, health care, and all that, your fear keeps you from doing anything about it. And I don't understand that personally, because you have your guns, you have your God, and you have Donald Trump. You have all those things. So what's stopping you from doing what you promised to do and uphold your oath of office? Is it Donald Trump? You got what you wanted. One thing you got was guns. Why aren't you using them? You know, that was the be-all, end-all. You don't need any money. You don't need food stamps. You don't need FEMA. You don't need any of these things. All you needed was guns, God, and Donald Trump. So you got that. Now, I want to talk for a moment about this, why I believe that abortion is under attack. And I've even told people of color, do not, unless you can facilitate the generational wealth of the children you produce, don't produce them. Because right now, what is being proposed and executed is the next crop of low-wage slaves that will take minimum wage jobs in factories so that they can make the billionaires richer. So if the only thing you hope for or aspire to is a job, then your MAG is great for you. If you want your kids to live below poverty level and your grandkids, MAG is great for you. Because all you want is a job. You don't care about the kids that come after you. So that works for you too. So they want to pay women, white women I think, to have children. But they'll soon understand that they need this slave labor workforce that's going to make the next Elon Musk and the next Jeff Bezos. They need people to have children to do that. So that's why they want women at home cooking and cleaning and men going out there working low-wage jobs. And they don't mind if you take 2 or 3 jobs, or if you don't have Christmas or enough food to eat. That's not important. I don't know where we go from here, or you go from here. All the things that you supported Donald Trump for does not put food on your table. Even though he promised you certain things and did not deliver, and now you're depending on people in the street to restore what you used to have. Not only is that not fair, but it's selfish, it's greedy, and it continues the same tradition of white privilege, where you can go out there and you can commit crimes and you can fuck up and everybody else is supposed to fix it. That's the way every white American, almost, that came to America, that's pretty much the program that they've had. If you can survive a generation and be declared white, you can vote Republican, you can, and you know what? Democrats are going to come and clean it up. You can spend all the money you want, you can steal all the land, you can do all that. You can promote the Ku Klux Klan. You can support Andrew Jackson and the genocide of Native Americans. But as long as your skin is white, you're going to be alright. And that's the way that this country has been run since the American Revolution. Not only that, the people that actually do the work and have done the inventions have made civil rights advances. None of that is ever going to be recorded anymore. Not under this regime. And as a matter of fact, as we speak, records at the Library of Congress are probably being destroyed because they just fired the black librarian of Congress. But I digress. So, if your 401k is depleted and you still believe in MAGA, or if you believe that manufacturing jobs are going to come back to America to the point where every possible piece of everything that you use from day to day will be manufactured here, and that will give you a job. All right, that's great. If you believe that Donald Trump is the second coming of Christ and that Kristi Noem isn't doing the work of the devil, have at it. It's been my experience and the best example, no matter how long it takes, is that integrity and pride in a man's word always wins. It always wins. And the best example is the release of Leonard Peltier under the Biden administration. That was why I became an activist, and my wishes have been granted. So I just want to make that clear. For some other reason, I have decided that I can't keep quiet about this. So I'd like to ask you, people of Appalachia, people of southern states, white Americans who voted for Donald Trump because you feel disenfranchised by something. When your children's bellies are empty and you have no TV and no internet access for your kid, when you don't have any health care, can you eat your gun? I guess you can, if you really wanted to. Can you eat your vote? When was the last time God and God alone put gas in your car? And hate might fill your heart, but it can't fill your belly. So, moreover, I would like to say to the elected officials in Congress who are not struggling right now, but are Republicans, I could really be pissed off at you right now, but I pity you. Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you can sit there and be quiet while your constituency starves to death, or you can blame the libs or own the libs. Don't forget that the blown up deficit is a direct result of legislation that was passed under the first Trump administration in 2016 to provide colossal tax breaks to the richest people in America. So when you do your talking points on Fox News or in front of Congress and you do the okey doke about how you inherited this, massive debt from Joe Biden, cut the shit. Because 70% of America does not believe you. We know the facts. We've seen the facts. And he keeps talking about everybody, Republicans say tax cuts. They do not tell you that if you make less than a certain amount a year, you're not going to get any tax cuts. What they're talking about when they talk about tax cuts is renewing the 2017 tax cuts for the richest people in America. So if you voted for MAGA back then, this is something you need to understand. Now, this is not just me talking on YouTube. This is something you can research and prove. Put the Trump flag down and pick up a fucking book, and you will be a lot better off. You shouldn't spend your day duck hunting and making moonshine and relying on somebody like me that looks like me with this color skin taking up for you. Because that day is over with. We see you, we know you, we hear you. And when you were talking about owning the libs, we took down your names. So don't ask us for shit. Tomorrow, I need to address some other thing. It's been a very, very stressful week. And yesterday was Mother's Day. So I had to take some time out to pay attention to my mother. I have to make a pledge because I have seen many activists online, including an individual some of you might not know. He's a comedian. I'm gonna leave this out of here right now because I can't think of his name because it's dark 30 in the morning. But I want to let people know that are out there that I see you, we see you here in the state of Maryland. We hear you. We have been listening to your podcast, and most of what people have been putting up there checks out. So I want to say that you're not alone. You are not going to be sacrificed to the wolves without a fight. We know and have recognized the people who say they stand for something but bleed for nothing. And we here are ready to sacrifice our lives for the United States of America. So, the next time somebody is walking down the street and is accosted, no matter what color you are, by people who won't identify themselves as police officers, wearing masks and so forth, please understand that the crime rate has gone up, definitely. But the only violent crimes I have seen on my streets is people walking around in masks, claiming to be ICE, and abducting people. So if this happens to you, and you can get to someone who can document it, please do. Because the more we know, the better. For the activists, we're watching you. We have your back. We're talking to people. We're networking. You're not alone. Remember, no man down, no man left behind? Well, that's our credo now. This is the John Brown Alliance. Let me ask you to do me a favor. Like and subscribe this video so that we move up in the algorithms and you can see more. I would greatly appreciate it. I didn't get on here for that, but that's what's necessary to get the word out. Also, once again, we need you there not only on June 6th, but June 14th. This is the John Brown Alliance. In the words of the great Edward R. Murrow, good night and good luck.